Hello, what's up, my friends? Hi, hello, hola. I am feeling so much better this week, and I'm glad you're here. So, thank you. This is Radiant Rap, and I'm Shannon, which I crack myself up when I say I'm Shannon because you're all my Facebook friends and family, so you know I'm Shannon. But this is where we come to I come on to share a little something. Prayerfully, it's of value. And I love calling it Radiant Rap because the radiant is an acronym for rest, activity awareness, diet, introspection, agua, note taking, and training. And those are all things that I feel that we need to do to live healthy and whole. Before I get into the topic this week, which is a good one because it was something that a person asked me about, and I imagine that there's other people that would want to know as well. But I wanted to say thank you first to everyone who signed up for the water challenge, who entered that challenge. We're like finishing up week one, and every one of you, you know who you are doing really well. And I want to thank you because it helps me too. I've been so on point with drinking my water this week, and everyone that is in that challenge is doing well because we're communicating every day. Um, so I know they're doing well. So kudos. Thank you for those of you that signed up for that challenge. For those of you that want to do the challenge next time, okay? We'll do the challenge next time. So this week, I was asked how I was able to reverse an autoimmune diagnosis. Great question, right? I mean, I think so. For those of you that don't know, 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with hypertension and hyperthyroidism. I mean, my body just, I don't know, I was postmenopausal actually, and my body just went into whatever it went into. And now it has completely recalibrated. So someone asked me, what I want you to tell me what it is that you did and how you were able to reverse the autoimmune diagnosis in particular, because they're dealing with the autoimmune. And I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute, time out. I didn't do it. And that's the main thing that I want you to know. I did not heal myself. The Lord healed me. I am not, I don't have that much power, right? I don't, I, I could, I couldn't have done those things, right? I can do what I can do, but only God can heal, right? So I could have done all of those things and the things that I'm about to share with you and not have healed, and someone else. In fact, go back 4 years. 4 years ago, I was exercising. I was a wellness trainer and coach and teacher, instructor, had been for over 16 years at that point. I was eating healthy. I was drinking water. I was practicing. I had a good yoga practice. I had a decent prayer life. So I was doing the things that people do to be healthy. And the things that I encourage, I was eating chicken and fish at the time, I was eating vegetables. So I was doing a lot of things that, if a lot of the people that I talked to do the things that I was doing then, they wouldn't be suffering from hypertension, right? But in my case, in my account, the doctors told me that it was age and genetics, and just because, just one of those things, right? So that's where we started. So the answer that I want to share um, is that number one, right off the rip, I already said the Lord healed me. No question in my mind, no doubt about that. There were things that I was willing to do. So that whole acronym that I share is not just, some catchy thing. Those are the things that I did. Now, I'm going to just pull out some. I'm talking about the rest, activity awareness. I mean, the diet, the introspection, the agua, the note taking, the journaling, the studying and the training, the physical training. I did those things. And so I want to share what I'm sharing with you because it doesn't necessarily have to be a diagnosis that is your challenge. And this, prayerfully, what I'm sharing will help you. Okay? It's really number one, the introspection in that radiant acronym, which incorporates the prayer and the meditation that was most prominent. It's the mindset. Because y'all really, even the radiant acronym is only focusing on three things: meals, movement, mindset. And the greatest of those, I mean, you need all three. But the mindset, okay, because we have to be willing to change the way we take care of our bodies. And like I said, I mean, I didn't have to, but a lot of times, if we want to be better, we have to change our attitude. So I'm talking about, it could be, better care of your body, better with your health, better at your job. You want to learn something. It has to be a change in the way that you think. You have to be open. So this is number one, to the possibility of change. Because there's so many people that think, this is just the way I am. This is just the way it is. I had someone on my team, Haley Stelson, said this week in a meeting, she said, you can get new skills whenever you want. You can get new skills whenever you want. And skills give you competence. And so I'm not a know-it-all. I don't know everything. And I was stumbling my way through the last 4 years. But one thing for sure, I was open to the possibility of change. And I wanted to learn, continue, and I want to continue learning. I love learning new skills and building my confidence. So I had to, not just even listen to what the doctors were saying. Oh, this is just the way it is. Because I've learned that there's something called epigenetics. And epigenetics is an expression of genes, and this has a lot to do with our mindset, our environment, and our mindset. And we can turn on and off genes even if we are predisposed to them. Okay, so I don't know. I might be getting like real deep and stuff. Like, I don't know. Is this too deep for you? Just tell me if it is. Okay. But the prayer and the meditation, actually spending time being open in the presence of God to change, to want to change, to be willing to do things that other people may not be doing. And I was willing to do things that other people might not be doing. In my own might, no, I wasn't. I don't even know how I got it. Well, I do know how. Through that, time just spending in that quiet time every single day, not just focusing on, what the diagnosis was, but just, God, what is it that you want me to hear? What is it that, how can I just be in your presence? How can I be more pleasing to you? How can I learn? What I'm open to whatever. I'm open to whatever. And out of that, I gave up meat. It wasn't a begrudging thing for me. And I'm not saying that that's what your thing is going to be, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to give up. It wasn't that for me. And so where did that come from? That was from God's grace that gave me that. I had no more desire for that. And so he can do the same. The same can happen for you. Cigarettes, cheating, lying, pornography, whatever your thing, laziness, anger, unforgiveness, whatever your thing is that you're like, there's no way. Yes, there is. But it has to be from your heart and mind, and be willing and open to be another way. Okay, so number one, willing to do things that, number one, being open to change. Two, being willing to do things that other people might not be willing to do. I mean, the doctor's telling me, that's just the way it is, and here's this medication, and boom, you're of that age. This runs in your family, hypertension, and this is you. Maybe, but that's not what I believe necessarily. God may not have that for me just because you say that, right? So number three, that meditation and prayer on how and what to do. And so God can change you in ways you never thought of. Not only did I give up meat, I stopped drinking coffee. You talk about anybody that knows me since 16 years old knows how much I love my coffee. I mean, love, love, love. And back then, 16, 17, my Aunt Shirley, she had the percolators. I'm telling on my age now, but she had a pot that had a percolator in it. You don't even know what that is, young people. But I mean, it actually, the lid did this little like burst of the percolate. The coffee would pop up and you would see it. That's how you would know it was done. And we learned we had learned how to do it, how to make that coffee even earlier. And I don't know how much sugar that we would put in it, but I loved coffee. And then over time, even before these diagnoses, over time, I didn't want 4 teaspoons of sugar. Then it was 3, then it was 2, then it was 1, then it was none. And I never thought I would drink coffee with no sugar. And now, no coffee. I mean, I'm telling you, my kids were like, okay, who are you, lady? And what'd you do with my mom? Because I love coffee. There was not a place we could go where I didn't know where Starbucks was, what time it opened, or did the hotel have coffee, or, especially, I was a coffee snob. So I had to have a certain brand, and I loved to make it myself. I thought I made better coffee than anybody. Nobody's coffee really was up to my standards. It was crazy. But I haven't had a cup of coffee in a year. Where did that go? It wasn't like, oh, I just want coffee so bad. That's not my story. It just went away. It just went away. So I encourage you, those are the three things that I encourage you to do. One, before I say anything, I didn't heal nothing. God healed me, but I was a willing vessel. Okay. And like one of the, um, every day I send this scripture text to a group of people. And today it said, I pray that your love will overflow more and more, and that you will keep on growing in knowledge and understanding. And that's Philippians 1:9. And so that's my prayer for everyone that hears this message, that you'll continue to grow in knowledge. And that's my prayer for myself, because I don't know everything. And so, no, I don't know what is going to heal you, or, how, but I do know certain things. And that radiant acronym, those things are helpful. The way that the supplementation that I do has been helpful for sure. Um, the exercise, the walking, and most importantly, spending time, just being quiet and in God's presence, so I can hear Him, and being grateful, and being grateful, and being grateful. So I know I was supposed to give like 3 points or whatever, but God healed me. Okay. And if you want to be healed from whatever it is that, I mean, the healing could be you want a new job, you want a new career. It doesn't, it could be something else. You want a kid, you want a baby. But just be open to the possibility that you can change from the way you are right now. Because I hear people all the time say, "There's no way, this me, it's me, you can change." How come y'all not saying nothing now? Putting anything in the chat. I hope somebody says something to me at some point, even if you're listening to this on the replay. Um, be open to change, willing to do things that other people might not do. Meditate and pray on how and what to do. If you want some support in whatever it is that you're doing, I'll be right there with you. I can pray with you. I can help you with your diet, your exercise. I can direct you. So sometimes it's just a matter of me, connecting you with, I don't know, a therapist if that's what you need. I got some, I know some in Jersey, in St. Pete, Tampa, um, Chicago. I mean, so, and there's people that are willing to help you and want to help you. Okay. Don't be alone. I love you. Yep, I do. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Bye for now.